Welcome to Psych Insight, where we discuss and view everything encompassing human behavior, art, literature, and more, all through the captivating lens of psychology. Today, we're delving into a topic that has fascinated scholars, strategists, and psychologists for centuries: the art of concealment. Picture this: a magician, shrouded in mystery, performs an astounding trick that leaves the audience spellbound. They see the result, the grand reveal, but they're left wondering about the process, the hidden maneuvers that made the trick possible. This is concealment at work. It's a strategic art, a game of shadows and light, that's not just limited to magic or entertainment. It's a vital part of our everyday lives, influencing our decisions, relationships, and even shaping the course of history. Explore this concept further. We're taking a deep dive into Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, focusing on law number 3, Conceal Your Intentions. This law goes beyond the simple act of keeping a secret. It's about guarding your strategies, goals, and intentions. Imagine you're playing a game of chess. You wouldn't tell your opponent your next move, would you? The same principle applies in the broader spectrum of life, in politics, negotiations, even personal relationships. By revealing your intentions, you're essentially laying all your cards on the table, making yourself vulnerable to opposition, resistance, and manipulation. Now, you might be thinking, does this mean I have to lie or deceive people? Not necessarily. Greene suggests using misdirection or ambiguous communication to keep your opponents and rivals guessing about your true moves. It's like a smokescreen in a military strategy where the actual action is hidden behind a facade that misleads the enemy. At its core, this law is about control. By controlling information about your intentions, you're controlling the reactions and strategies of those around you. It's a powerful tool, but one that should be wielded with care. Greene reminds us that the misuse of this law can lead to mistrust, damaged relationships, and isolation. But when used wisely and ethically, it can be a powerful tool in your arsenal. It underscores the importance of careful planning and the art of subtlety in achieving one's objectives. It's about playing your cards close to your chest, waiting for the right moment to reveal your hand. Just like a well-executed magic trick, the power of concealment can leave onlookers astounded, paving the way for a grand reveal. History is filled with stories of individuals who harnessed the power of concealment to achieve their goals. One such story is that of the famed military strategist Sun Tzu. In the spring and autumn period of ancient China, Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War, was challenged to prove his military strategies. His task was to train a group of royal concubines into a disciplined army. Initially, the concubines could not stop giggling, making it impossible to train them. Sun Tzu, however, had a plan. He ordered the execution of the king's favorite concubines, who were the appointed leaders of the group. The rest of the concubines were shocked into obedience. Sun Tzu's intention was never to execute the king's favorite concubines, but he concealed this, and in doing so, achieved his goal of creating a disciplined army. Fast forward to the 20th century, we find another master of concealment in the world of politics: Winston Churchill. During the height of World War II, when the British forces were on the brink of defeat, Churchill used deception to hide his intentions from the enemy. He created a fictitious army group, complete with inflatable tanks and fake radio traffic, to divert the attention of the German forces from his real plan, the invasion of Normandy. Churchill's strategy of concealment and misdirection led to the successful execution of the Normandy invasion, turning the tide of the war in favor of the Allies. Both Sun Tzu and Churchill understood the power of secrecy. They concealed their true intentions, not to deceive for deception's sake, but to create a strategic advantage. They knew that by controlling the information they revealed, they could control the actions of those around them. These historical figures knew that in the game of power, the element of surprise is a formidable ally. Their stories serve as vivid examples of law number 3 from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power: Conceal Your Intentions. While the power of concealment can be a potent tool, it's important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. The ethics of concealing intentions is a topic that deserves thoughtful deliberation. It is a strategy that, while powerful, can also be fraught with potential pitfalls and negative consequences if misused. Concealing intentions is a strategy that involves a delicate balance of disclosure and discretion. It requires wisdom to discern when to reveal and when to conceal. It's not about lying or deceiving others, but about being tactful in sharing information. This means being mindful of the impact of our actions on others and considering the broader implications of our strategic choices. Misuse of this strategy can lead to negative outcomes. For instance, excessive or inappropriate concealment can damage relationships. Trust, once broken, can be hard to rebuild. In personal relationships, excessive secrecy can create a climate of suspicion and mistrust. In professional settings, it can lead to a toxic work environment characterized by paranoia and fear. Moreover, misuse of concealment can lead to isolation. If one constantly conceals their intentions, they may find themselves distanced from others. People may begin to perceive them as insincere, untrustworthy, or manipulative. This isolation can be detrimental, both on a personal and professional level. Therefore, while concealment can be a powerful strategy, it should be used with wisdom and ethical considerations. It's not about deceiving others, but about being strategic in the way we communicate our intentions and plans. We need to use this tool judiciously, ensuring that our actions align with our values and principles. Remember, the ultimate goal of using this strategy is to protect and advance our intentions, not to deceive and harm others. It's about navigating the complex terrain of human interactions with tact and wisdom. And it's about leveraging the power of strategic communication to create win-win situations, rather than exploiting others for personal gain. Concealment, like any tool, should be used wisely, as a means to protect and advance, not to deceive and harm. Let's quickly recap what we've discovered about the power of concealing intentions. Law number 3 from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power advises us to keep our goals, strategies, and intentions under wraps to avoid sabotage. It's about controlling information, and thus influencing the reactions and strategies of those around us. We dove into various historical anecdotes that illustrate the effectiveness of this strategy in politics, negotiations, and even personal relationships. However, it's crucial to remember that this law is not a license for manipulation or deceit. Instead, it is a tool for strategic communication and subtle planning. Misusing the law can lead to mistrust, damaged relationships, and isolation. So, as we navigate the chessboard of power dynamics, let's do so with wisdom and ethical consideration. Remember, the art of concealing your intentions is a strategic game of power, one that can yield impressive results when played wisely and ethically.